Beautiful people, we are back in front of the camera today. Hopefully this is a fantastic setup for all of you out there. I sort of switched it up. I think this is more of a chill environment that I can speak to you better in this way. Today we have a very important topic, and one that I hope reaches many of you, as I have seen the health movement going on in today's world. I have seen the wake up from the lies and the propaganda, and moving away from the media and connecting with our true divine selves recently. But I have seen less of spiritual practices in the mainstream, and I wanted to bring 7 spiritual practices to your realm so that you can utilize and become your best self through these practices, because I have used these to ascend to a level that I never could have imagined that I could ever reach in this life. And yeah, so let's just get right quick into it. I've written some fantastic notes today that are going to help you guys tremendously if you can implement these spiritual practices into your life. Semen retention, of course. We're going to start this off with our number one by saying semen retention. It's obvious, guys, okay? I have spoken tremendous amounts of hours of time spent talking about this one topic because of how important I truly feel that it is, how valuable sexual energy is to all humans. And the truth is that so many people are spending this energy every single day on non-procreation activities by just spending it. And there is a huge plethora of energy, of creative influence, of health benefits that is awaiting you if you were to just hold on to your sexual energy. And this goes both ways for males and females. You can experience incredible spiritual benefits by practicing semen retention and by adding this into your life. And this is celibacy. Sorry, I did say semen retention. I'm so used to saying it. But yeah, you know, I don't really have to spend too much time on this individual pointer, because you guys can scroll through my channel and become incredibly schooled on semen retention through my channel. So if you are new to this channel, check out all of those videos on celibacy. Number 2, okay, we are going to say number 2 is mindfulness, awareness, and meditation. And this is a huge practice for anyone on your spiritual journey if you are looking to better yourself and better your life. Meditation, mindfulness, awareness, okay, breath work, becoming in tune with oneself, okay? This is a crucial part of anyone's spiritual journey. And it's not just crucial, it's actually required to experience the benefits of this spiritual journey. I do believe that when I was beginning my spiritual journey, I was practicing semen retention, I was changing my diet, I was doing a lot of things that were spiritual practices that greatly improved myself and my reality. But the truth is that it wasn't until I actively started practicing mindfulness, awareness, meditation on a day-to-day basis that I truly became incredibly intuitive in my life. And this was the huge deal for me along my journey, was accessing my intuition, trusting my intuition, and allowing it to guide me in life to the correct situations and circumstances. You'll find out that there are many logical thinkers, and you may be a very logical thinker in the world. You may be incredibly book smart. You may be able to, have incredible focus, and, you have the math brain maybe. What I've realized is that on this spiritual journey, that logical mind, that A-plus student, is valued highly in today's society, but the one who is intuitive, the one who is tapped into the unseen, the one who is feeling rather than thinking, this goes unnoticed in today's society, and I believe that practicing mindfulness, practicing awareness, and practicing meditation is going to open you up to this whole nother world that allows you to be guided spiritually to the correct situations. And you will feel this gut feeling within you of the correct position. These days, I feel so aligned in my day-to-day world, my day-to-day routines. And if something is not aligning with the frequency or vibration that I'm looking to attune myself to, I'm very quick to remove these things from my life and if it's no longer serving me. The logical thinker may not think this same way, okay? So this is a bridge into the unseen, a bridge into the intuition, which I believe is very, very important along your spiritual journey. Okay, number 3 here today. Fasting. Now, this is a physical act, obviously, but it is still a very spiritual practice. Many religions in the history of time have spoken about the importance of fasting and its connection to God and the divine. Basically, I have a few notes on this fasting ordeal here. I personally fast every day, usually up until 11 in the morning. Sometimes I go on longer fasts where I will skip out on dinner and just have water or some sort of probiotic for my gut health, and I will sleep the full night on an empty stomach. And I find, first off, that I do get great sleep when I do that. Basically, on the spiritual side of things, obviously we know the physical benefits of fasting. We know the value that fasting has for your physical well-being, for mental clarity is one that I always notice on my day-to-day basis when I am fasting. I feel so sharp. Lunchtime hits and I'm hungry. I eat and the sharpness, it's a little decreased, okay? There's a little difference there. Food kind of weighs the mind down in a way. But in a spiritual sense, fasting, I believe, develops a great connection to the divine. It also has this sort of vessel detox, which we just talked about. But the cool thing about fasting that I find is that this is an intuitive thought of mine here, but I do believe that there is an energetic body healing process that takes place when fasting. It allows the energetic highways within the body to become unclogged, okay? And by practicing semen retention, you become aware of these energetic highways in the body. You become aware when your vessel is not free-flowing, when you do not feel the energy flowing throughout. There is blockages in many people's lives, and I find that by fasting, it allows your body to realign, okay? You can incorporate yoga and stretching in this to allow that energy to be circulated in the proper directions. And of course, with fasting, your frequency and vibration is going to raise. I find, especially when I'm fasting for an extended period, I am like so in tune with my body that I could never put some disease-ridden food into my body after a long fast. It just seems criminal because you're so in tune with yourself. You could never put this processed garbage into your food after a fast. It feels criminal. It feels like you're doing a disservice to your body and your soul and your mind and your everything. So fasting is fantastic. Okay, 4 on 7 ways to maximize yourself through spiritual practice. Okay, 4. Understanding you are a spiritual being living a human experience. This understanding allows you to let the spiritual side of life flow through you. If you are stuck in the idea that this is you, that this human body is you, and that you are just this, you are going to be stuck in this matrix. You are going to be stuck in this reality without understanding your amazing ability within to bend and shape your life in the direction that you choose through your mind's ability. Real quick. So just continuing on that point, your ability to create your reality as a spiritual being living a human experience is absolutely incredible and is 100% blocked by societal norms. The mainstream media is not telling you that you are a spiritual being living a human experience, and this is incredibly valuable knowledge to understand, because okay, first off, you're going to separate from anxiety, depression, fear, a lot of these low frequency emotions, because you realize that the ego is making you worried about your appearance. It's making you worried about how you're talking, any sort of impediment, speech impediment maybe you have, anything that's going on in your life. You're separating from the human experience in a way. You're still having a human experience, but you're separating from the low vibrational human experience. And we can go more into depth on that one in another video. Okay, so 5, this does go hand in hand with fasting, and it is a physical practice, but eliminating toxins from your diet. And I see the health movement happening in today's world. Andrew Huberman, okay, making some incredible podcasts on biohacking one's body for maximum results. And I wanted to bring this up, and also I want to say the esoteric health movement as well. Shout out Kaal, 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 Ram. Fantastic videos on true esoteric health. And these are ancient health practices that have been suppressed by mainstream medias. We have lost touch with ancestral living, and this is a big part of this video that I wanted to touch on, is that our ancestors were so in touch with spiritual practices, they were so in tune with selves, that they didn't need anyone to teach them anything. They were automatically in tune and aware with oneself, that they were able to live intuitively. And this all goes hand in hand. It goes back to my second point on mindfulness, awareness, meditation, and developing intuition, is that those people were so in tune with those parts of life that they didn't need anyone sitting here telling them how to live their life. They just knew it intuitively. It was ingrained in them. Obviously, with mass media and the screens in our faces and all of this sort of stuff, it's distracting everyone from this truth. But eliminating toxins from the diet is drastically going to improve your overall well-being and your health of your vessel. Like I was talking about with fasting, there's energy blockages in the chakra system that may not be activating the fullest vessel to its fullest extent. Okay. 6, engulf yourself in the outdoors. And real quick, this is a very important one. I work a job 4 to 5 days a week where I am actively in the forest full time, 10 hours a day. So I am always in nature, and on the weekends I am always sunbathing. And I have to let you guys know that downloads from the universe come to me on the regular from being engulfed in the outdoors. If you are spending a lot of time, a considerable amount of time in a box away from nature, separated from plants, separated from true beautiful air, there's mold and there is disgusting things growing behind the walls of the place you live in. You need to go into the open air, the real prana that gives you source information. The sun is going to give you that. The sun, the plants, the water, the beach, they are true divine expressions. This is, and coming back to the ancestral part of this video, our ancestors were engulfed in those places 24/7. And I have been listening to a lot of these biohacking podcasts for true health. It's something that I care about a lot, is taking care of my vessel. And I've been listening to them, and all of these things that they're saying that have been scientifically researched and backed, like getting sunlight in the morning, watching the sun go down, eating these whole foods, all of these different things for boosting testosterone, the clothes you wear, okay, grounding and earthing with your bare feet on soil of the earth and the electromagnetic pulse of the earth. All of these different things I've been studying. It all dates back to how our ancestors were living. And this is a huge hitting point that I wanted to reach to you guys on this video. It's very important that you understand that try to emulate the life you're living now as the ancestors did. If you can live like them, you are going to have these spiritual practices naturally unfold in your life, okay? You're going to feel your best. Your vessel is going to be supercharged with energy for you to maximize results in whatever it is that you want to maximize. And so the seventh one is literal ancestral living. And I touched on it so many times, and this is a very important point on this list of 7. And I chose 7 for a reason, okay? 7 is a divine number, but it's incredibly important to, I really already touched on it on the last tidbit on this ancestral living, but it's incredibly important to live as the ancestors did and align in that way, okay? Aligning your life in that ancestral way of living is going to greatly improve your life. And I touched on it. So those are my 7 ways to maximize yourself through spiritual practice. I really hope that you guys did enjoy this video. I can touch more on some of the biohacking knowledge that I have been gaining and studying. I'm not going to probably get into the pure science-backed results that some are out there speaking on, but I can give you guys some tips and tricks that have worked for me recently. I really hope that these 7 ways you can implement into your life in a spiritual way, because I see the movement of many wanting to better themselves in today's world. I see everyone, not everyone obviously, but many people are becoming awoken and, following this self-improvement movement. I see it, and it's beautiful, but I do see a lack of spiritual practices being put into the mainstream, and I felt called to create some of these because not only is the physical side of self-improvement greatly going to improve your life, you are going to get results from the physical things, but the overarching reality we live in is so spiritual. And if you are not tapped into the spiritual side of yourself, you are greatly missing out on potential results. You are greatly missing out on an overall fantastic well-being. And these practices have changed my life more than the physical side of self-improvement. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, like, share, comment, subscribe. Peace.